Mr. Blahous, I heard about this morning. I didn't see MSNBC yesterday, but the Senate Majority Leader, Harry-Reid, said that he would consider looking at Social Security, quote, 2 decades from now, end quote. You touched on this in your testimony, but can you specifically describe the effect of waiting to reform Social Security on those who are in and near retirement, and what effect would that have on younger generations if we wait to address Social Security reform 2 decades from now?
Sure. As I indicated in my written testimony and oral remarks, delay basically concentrates the effects of any adverse consequences on a shrinking number of people. And so any particular generation is going to be harder hit the longer you delay. Now, waiting all the way until the 2030s is basically a nightmare scenario from the standpoint of younger generations, because basically you are completely exempting the baby boom generation, which is a historically large generation, from making any contribution to the problem. Consequence is that if you hold off until the 2030s, you're in a position where either you're going to have to reduce benefits fully by a quarter, roughly, or increase worker tax burdens by roughly a third, or the combination of those two very severe outcomes. I think there's another very important point to make, which is that delay brings into fundamental question whether we can fix the system at all. Remember, in 1983, we came within months of not being able to send out the checks. It's hard to fix Social Security simply because Republicans and Democrats disagree, and they disagree under the best of circumstances. Right now, the long-term Social Security shortfall is already substantially bigger today than the one they fixed in 1983. If you measure it by the same methodology, the accounting methods have changed since then, so a lot of people don't realize this. But if you measure it the same way, we already have a bigger problem to solve. As this problem mounts and the gap that Republicans and Democrats have to close with each other gets bigger and bigger, we increase the risk that we may not be able to get an agreement on a solution and have a chaotic and disruptive consequence.